Well, hey guys, it's Spiffyguy, and I'm out here for another adventure. And I got woods behind me, I got bugs in my eyes, and I'm out at the Berryman Campground. We're going to be doing some trail maintenance tomorrow, and I figured I'd come camp out tonight and possibly tomorrow. We're doing some trail work. It is full. There was like 2 spots, and those people camped out by the pavilion out there. So I managed to snag this little spot right here, kind of on the back end, and I'm hoping that it's going to be nice and quiet. And there's an RV up there, so hopefully they don't have a generator. But it's about 80 degrees, so there's bugs. But I think I'm going to stretch my hammock from right over there to right over there. I will see. Uh-oh, here comes people. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, I absolutely made the right decision. Yeah. I tossed the hammock in right as I was getting ready to leave. And luckily I had all the stuff. I just had to cut a couple toggles for the straps. There's a watering hole down there. So I set my head end up on this side so I could kind of keep an eye on the woods, you know. But yeah, not too bad. I switched it up a little bit, and I was gonna hang over here. I was gonna go off of this one across, but that's pretty close to the fire pit, and so I am gonna put my tarp up just to kind of keep junk from falling down on the trees onto my head. But those of you who haven't seen this, this is the Eno double nest. I've had this forever. I haven't set it up in like at least a year. But these are Harbor Freight ratchet straps, and I sewed loops on either end, and we've got a marlin spike hitch to a whoopee sling with a adjustable ridge line, and then another marlin spike hitch up here. I really like the setup. It works really well, and it's pretty light. I do have an underquilt. It is a homemade Insultech underquilt, and I probably won't need it, but I'll put it on just in case. I can open the ends up and allow venting if I need it. And that way, if I do get cold, I'll just cinch the ends up, and it will definitely keep me warm, probably down to about 50, maybe 45 at the most. The little bugs that are flying around are those little gnats that like to fly right up in your eye. I hate those things. And there's a dog. There's a dog right there. Doggo. Scratch your head. Alright, so I'm going to get the underquilt on. I'll show you what that looks like if the sun is still up. And then I'm going to hang up my tarp, like I said. And I'll pin it out on the back side. And then maybe leave the front open. I don't know, kind of mess around with it. I haven't really broke it out much. It is a 10 by 12, so it's pretty darn large. And I may have some issues with this tree right here. So here's the Insultech underquilt. It's just held on by these Prusiks on either side, and then there's a shock cord that is adjustable here, and that runs along the channel, comes up to this beaner, goes around the other side, and so you're adjustable on one end and adjustable on the other. And then if you need to tighten it, which will raise this up closer to your body, you just pull this. So that's pretty much it. It's a really simple system, and this was made with Insultech, which it has 3 layers, and then it's sort of sandwiched in between this really thin nylon. It's all right. It breathes well enough. If I was to seriously get into hammocking, I would actually get a real underquilt, probably down, or you know, a nice custom like an Enlighten Equipment or Hammock Gear or one of those things. So, but this does the job. So, you know, now for the bug net, I have a bug net that's basically just a tube, and so it has an opening on the end, and you'll slide it. I'll take it off the marlin spike hitch right here, and I'll just slide it over that, and so it has a cinch right here, and essentially it's just a tube that'll come all the way along here, and then at the head end is where the opening is, and then you just cinch it up in the opening. And so it's not a very good bug net, but it works. Once again, if I was to get serious in hammock, I would probably buy like a Dutch Ware Chameleon or something like that, that is designed, because the bug net, like if I get my leg too close to the bug net, I'm going to have mosquito bites all through my leg. So, you know, it'll happen. Probably will tonight. I'll probably die. Maybe not. I don't know. Right here, that's Old Chicken of the Woods, I think. Looks pretty old to me. Not edible, but, you know, would have been nice to go along with my little hot dog sausage things. There's no steak or T-bone, but there's peasant life for Spiffyguy. I'm not like Joe. I have a lot of peasant life. Anyway, let's get the bug net up, and let's get the tarp hung before the light goes down. What is the light? The sun. That's what it is. Alright guys, so there's sort of home sweet home. I kind of got it set up in a, I don't know, cat cut kind of configuration. These ends right here are really good for bringing back on themselves and making doors on either side. And obviously I don't need that. So I just figured I'd kind of open it up a little bit and give it as much aeration as possible. Up here at the top I have a precic made out of shock cord, and this allows me to kind of tighten up the tarp if I need to. This is sill nylon, I believe, and it will stretch. So all of my guy lines have this basically a shock cord built into it to give them some stretch as it blows around in the wind and that sort of thing. And so this tarp will stretch out a little bit and expand, and so that's kind of what those are there for. Alright, I went and visited. There's a bunch of trail runners down in the main area by the pavilion. They're all camping out. Apparently there's going to be like 60 of them here tomorrow, and they're all going to be running the Berryman loop in some way, shape, or form. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go down and give a little spiel, tell them to come out and volunteer. So you guys, that is you people out there as well, I know I harp on this, but we need volunteers. We need people to come out and help clear the trail and that sort of thing, because there's just too much trail. There's, you know, over 400 miles of trail, and there's just not enough core volunteers. So I want to encourage you guys to come out. If you need info on how to volunteer, contact me on Facebook. You can contact me on YouTube, and I'll get you in touch with the people in your area. If you're from Missouri and you want to come out, we got the big old megas coming up. I'm excited for those. Those should be fun. October 13th, I believe, is the date. You can check out ozarktrail.com and, you know, get more information on that. But really, it's a volunteer-driven trail, and so that's what needs to happen. But that piece of wood right there needs to come over here. And to do that, we are going to use the Agawam Canyon Boreal. Turn it over. Got to get my non-sponsor right. Boreal 21. I don't have a sponsor, but you can buy this saw on Amazon and things like that. I got mine at Self-Reliance store through Dave, because they didn't sell it on Amazon at the time. But that is a fantastic saw. I need to do a video on it, but I think the video is just going to be like, the saw is awesome. But we're going to go cut that piece of wood. Alright, well, it's dark. Imagine that. So what we're having for dinner, the old sweet hickory Bush's baked beans, and I've got some of those little hot dog sausage things. We're going to cheat and start our fire with this. So I got as much wood as I really think I might need. It's kind of marginal, but it should get coals. And then we got a little bit of starter, and then I'm going to try to make a skewer out of this thing, this little fork here, because I forgot my my little grill. I was quite unprepared. I guess I could use that grill, but who knows what's been on that. This is more bushcrafty, right? I got my sip pad, I got my Condor bush lure, and I got the Phoenix HL60. We're just gearing it up, huh? Worst case scenario, in here I got my my Pathfinder skillet. So, you know, oh, I got fork. I guess I could stick one on the end of a fork. And I got mix in here to make bannock too. I might do that. Probably not, because I'm lazy. But anyway, we're gonna try these old Duraflame sticks out. We'll see what we get. All right, so there's the fire. It got rolling. So That's what we're having for dinner. Well, grill mates. A Montreal steak spice. Kind of Canadian there. Gluten-free, no less. I have these left over in the fridge and some pepper jack cheese. And then if we need to, we'll dig into the baked beans, although I'm not sure. And then, since it's important that we show our drink, I'm drinking the Jamaican Be Happy because I'm a peasant. If you remember, I'm a peasant, and I don't drink fancy beer, and I don't know what the ingredients mean. I just drink something that's 8% so I can go to sleep. Alright, so that's pretty much what we're getting. Nice little sausages on a burrito. I found out I had pork rinds in the car, so no baked beans. Sweet southern heat. Barbecue. I've never had these. These things are awesome. And they were only $2. Go figure. So I got some cheese left over and I got eggs. And so then the question is what am I going to do in the morning? If I have coals left, I might put the skillet down and cook some eggs with some cheese and the 2 leftover hot dog sausage things. If not, I might just wimp out and do oatmeal. I have the Trangia, but I don't know how much fuel is in it, and I don't know how well that will work with the skillet. It may be a case where I have to like hold it over the Trangia to cook, and that might be difficult. I didn't bring the Pathfinder stove thing, and I also didn't bring the little bush stove, the little twig stove, which I meant to bring as well, because I could set that in there, you know, on the fire and use the grill on top of that as a nice stable platform. So, anywho, we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so here we are at 2284 is the county road, and the trail goes that way, and then here's the burn section. Now, this was all a controlled burn area, so we're going to go south on the trail from 2284. We're going to go down towards Harmon Spring. We are not going into Harmon Spring. We're not going to mow that, and we're going to keep going up to the Berryman split, and then travel down about 3 miles, well actually about 1.5 miles or 2 miles on that western side of the loop, because they did some reroutes and that area is exposed and apparently it gets grown up. So we're going to get it, and you can see right through there's a ton of overgrowth, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the old still with the tri-blade on it, and we're going to get rid of it. So I got a tank of gas there, I got 1 large, 1 small fuel canister, and then the load bearing harness, and we're going to get to it. I've got about probably about 4 miles in, and then another 4 miles back, so we'll see how I feel at the end of that. It's currently 10:20 and it's supposed to get up to about 85. Alright, so it is now 11:53. So I've been walking probably for about 1.5 hours, and I made it to the split sign. So you go that direction, you go to Bass. You go that direction, you're on the western side of the Berryman Loop, and this way you're on the east side, and you'll go to Brazil Creek or Brazil Creek, whichever you want to call it, and that's about 4 miles or so. And I just ran out of gas, so it's kind of fortuitous that I stopped here. Let me tell you, it is warm. I am drenched, and my hands, because I'm running this the weed eater all the time, my hands are just vibrating like pins and needles. It's kind of funny. But we're gonna head up this direction towards I think it's Bleacher Spring, and see what needs to be weed whacked in there. There's something up there moving or dropping. Probably squirrels dropping nuts from the tree. I don't know. So we're doing good. Like I said, we'll see kind of how the day goes. I don't think there's anything going on tomorrow, so I've got to make a decision whether I'm going to camp tonight or if I'll head back home, but we'll figure that out. I ran into XC Crow. He was part of the ultra runner group. He's running the Berryman, so they're probably all done about now for sure. This is only 13 miles. They'll knock that out in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and they started at about 8. So this area is a reroute on the western side. I believe the old trail used to be down in the hollow, and they've moved it up onto this ridge, and it's a really nice tread. I would almost mountain bike this. Maybe. I'd probably die. But goes up and around and follows along towards Bleacher Springs, I believe, heading south. This area was part of the controlled burn as well, and you've got a lot of fire scars, and it's not too bad as far as having to weed eat. The corridor is still pretty wide at this point. What we're trying to do is make sure that we get some of the stuff that's kind of encroaching on the sides here that'll lean over once it gets bigger, but I'm seeing a lot of sassafras coming up, this stuff right here. And so you can cut it and you can just smell it. There's also, and I'm looking for a plant and now I can't find it, a lot of what I think is winged sumac. It has those compound leaves like a sumac tree, but on the stem of the leaf, I forget what the technical term is, there's actually like another like kind of subleaf in there. It's really odd. Of course there's none around here, so I'm a liar, I guess. But I'm gonna go for just a little bit and then turn around, because it's been pretty nice in here. So oh my goodness, what is this? Holy moly, nature everywhere. It's like a caterpillar, but he has a bark-shaped kind of shell. I wonder if that's like a pupa, super-duper, and he's gonna go cocoon up somewhere. That is strange. I don't know. Tell me what that is, because you're the internet, and the internet knows everything. Well guys, I made it back to the car, and it's about 2 o'clock. It is hot. I did probably about 7.5 miles. I think this thing is really heavy, and this harness is not the most comfortable, even though you can kind of let it free flow here. So anyway, I think what I'll do is I gotta go drop off this equipment, and then we will check out what's going on at Berryman. Well, hey guys, we're back at the campsite. Same one. I got the shelter set up, the hammock. It's drying out. It was a little wet last night. I liked having the tarp up. It kept all the dew off me, and occasionally some things fell. I think a pine cone or something fell, hit the tarp. So better the tarp than me. I scrounged up more wood. Somebody had left those side cuts at one of their sites, so fair game. Trying out the pause blanket, because I used that last night. It did get a little chilly. It probably got down into the 60s, maybe upper 50s Fahrenheit, which isn't too bad. And so I need to think about making some food here. I got to decide if I'm going to start a fire or just try to use the Trangia. I never ate lunch, so I'm starving. Those 3 eggs and sausage held me over for most of the day. I wasn't too confident with this wood. I went ahead and batoned this apart so I could have some kindling, and it seems pretty wet. So I scavenged that piece, which was in one piece from an unoccupied campsite. And still I felt I needed more wood. So I found this piece, and then this piece is the sweet mother lode that was sticking end in the ground up in the air, nice and dry. So that should cover me. Have you ever cooked eggs on the coals? Like you poke a hole on the top, put it right on the coals. I might try that tomorrow morning. I got 3 eggs left. I don't know. I took a shower at the Potosi house when I dropped off the gear, but I'm already sweaty. So the humidity is just rough out here. But I'm going to cut this up, and then that should do me well. Alrighty. Time to get the fire going. We got some more of those starter sticks. We're going to light this guy. We'll feed into there, and hopefully it'll all go up. We're going to have some baked beans and some ramen tonight, all in the Pathfinder cup. So, should be interesting. Well, it sort of went up. Took a little coaxing. That slab wood I got is crap. So luckily I got some more stuff. We'll see if we can't get it going, and then hopefully it'll get hot enough to burn those slabs. We're going to give it a try here. Slow cooking some bannock mix. This is an Italian bannock mix. I got a lot of oil in there, so it's more of a fry bread. I'm trying to keep it from having sticking issues. But I'm going to leave it just really on the edge here with the lid on, and hopefully that'll slowly heat up and not burn. The beans were good though. Well, it didn't come out as planned. I don't know. I need to adjust my mix a little bit, but I will drown my sorrows in a Mike's Hard Cranberry. Remember, peasant life for me. So I'm going to finish eating this and drink this, and then head off to bed. Well guys, the fire was dead this morning, so no coals, no eggs. I guess I'll have to stick with Pop-Tarts. So that's pretty much about it. How's my hair? Does it look alright? I slept alright in the hammock. That bug net was really annoying because it kept coming in on my face. So I definitely think if I was to hammock more, I would have to look into a new hammock or some better system than what I got. But anyway, we had a good time. 2 nights in the hammock was pretty good. And we're going to go to the Potosi house right now and do a little chainsaw sharpening and mess with some of the mowers. Some of the mowers need fixing. So we're going to go do that, and then we'll head home. So that pretty much is it for the Berryman adventure. I appreciate you guys coming along. And you got any questions, comments, stick them on down below. And be sure to do all that YouTube jazz, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Apparently there's a bell. I don't know. Other than that, thanks for watching. And until the next adventure, just remember that life is an adventure. So go out and have one.